Frank Emiro. I can't hide it. Originally from New York, I don't hide it. I worked for the Republican whip of the New York State Senate and the ranking Democrat of the New York delegation, a congressman who was also America's highest decorated police officer, with the exception now, I think, of Bo Dietls. With that said, there's enough about me at my table. I'm not here to brag. And I want to thank all the state representatives that are here, that went through the torture with me in the House. We've seen some things we didn't like. We need to change it, and we absolutely do. And as you will understand, I want to congratulate my fellow candidates here, because you need one of us in this corner office that keeps promises and doesn't break them. What about me? I voted 4 years. I have a voting record. You can check from 2007 till as of 2 weeks ago. And 3 weeks before that, we sat in a chair for 7 hours voting. It's not an easy job for $100 a year. Why am I running? I'm sick of smiley face. It's nice to smile. I only can smile when I'm facing you, as my other candidates can do. The current governor has to turn his face 3 times and smile. One of the things I want to do, and I'll wait for your questions, is I want to see this state get back to the way it was, not the way that it's changing. And as I've gone around, one of the things that absolutely bothers me as a U.S. Army veteran is I hear the words, we need to take back our country and our state. I never thought that would happen. And I'll end there. Thank you.
Very good. And the next candidate is Jack. Good evening, everybody. It's nice to see. I see a lot of friendly faces out there. I come to this, by the way, as a businessman and a patriot. I don't consider myself to be a politician. I know that sounds a little hypocritical right now. But truly, that's what I am. I've been in this state for 40 years, 40, and I've never seen it so bad. I started my, let's just call it my little own personal revolution about 3 years ago during the general election with my sign on Route 1 South bypass. That was my way of beginning my fight for my country. But that wasn't enough. He won anyway. So as time progressed, and I got more involved in state issues, co-sponsored the radio show with Jeff, and saw firsthand how bad this budget was in the state of New Hampshire. And by the way, it's the worst I have ever seen in my lifetime in the state of New Hampshire. I said I can do more, much more. I started the Granite State Patriots. Some of you are patriots out there. Thanks for coming tonight. That was just an additional step in the process, and it got me to speak in front of a Tea Parties last year and many other events as well. All of that led to this decision with me in front of you today. I bring the talent and abilities that I have had over the 40 years of being an executive in the state of New Hampshire to bear. I know how to create a budget. I understand that it's government's job not to create jobs, but to create the environment in which businesses can flourish. That's not what's going on in this state. So as we progress into this debate, I hope that you'll be able to really pick the person that you want to get behind, regardless of who it is. And I ask you, please, get behind them, both with help and assistance, financial assistance. Now is the time, because all of us are going to face an onslaught come at the end of the primary. So that's what I ask of you. I hope you enjoy the debate. We'll try to make it as energetic as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jack, Frank, and Karen. I just want to say that it's an honor and privilege to be here and also to be with so many great candidates. I just want to ask for a round of applause for the candidates that we have in the Republican Party throughout the whole slate. One round of applause. We have a great state. I was born and raised here. I started out in the restaurant business with my mom and dad, working hard, family business. Grew up, I became an assistant attorney general. I went to the University of New Hampshire. I have deep New Hampshire values, rooted. Those values are rooted in my being and in your being. You people that live here, grew up here, or came here for a reason. We have a unique state. It is a one of a kind. I'm running for governor because I want to keep this state the way I grew up and saw and cherished and loved. And I have 2 young girls. It's limited government. It's less spending. It's personal freedom. And in the last 4 years, Governor Lynch's leadership has taken us down the road of 80 taxes and fees, 24% increase in spending. I was the Commissioner of Health and Human Services during 2003 and 2004. And in 4 years, returned $143 million to the general fund. Watched every dime, kept the department spending in check, and we're able to bring the rainy day fund up. We need to bring back those values. This is about Granite State greatness. We will win, and we will keep the New Hampshire advantage and the low tax, limited government, personal freedom, uniqueness about New Hampshire alive for our children and grandchildren for many years to come. God bless you. I'm looking forward to this debate.
Thank you, John. And our next candidate is Karen Testerman.
Thank you. Thank you, John, Jack, and Frank. It's a pleasure to be in the field with all of you. Thank you all for coming, and it's great to see so many faces here. I can always count on the 912 groups to produce a lot of citizens who care enough about this state and care enough about our country to be involved. And I congratulate you and thank you all for coming. We have had in this state a lack of leadership, as John referred to. And what have we had? We've had silver-tongued politicians, we've had Harvard businessmen, we've had sophisticated lawyers running this state, and look where we are. What we need is some common sense, homegrown type common sense, and that's what I intend to bring to this stage. I am the only one up here who has a long record of leadership in this state, having founded and run Cornerstone Policy Research for 8 years. In case you're not familiar with the organization, it is one that analyzes public policy, how it affects our families, and then works very hard to educate you, the voters, so that you know how to let your voices be known, not only in Concord, but in Washington, D.C. We have a state that has been upside down, not only physically, but also morally, and we need to get back to common sense solutions to it. So I'm looking forward to the debate. Thank you very much for allowing us to come, and thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you, Karen. I just want to remind you, make sure your cell phones are off, and now that they have done their introductions, we ask that you hold your applause until the end, and also we will be doing a survey for each one of the candidates, and we ask that you fill that out.